I get it, shopping for home fitness gear feels like a gamble. You scroll through glossy photos, see a sleek step machine promising a full-body workout, add it to your cart, and then you get it home only to discover it rattles louder than your washing machine, or it's so bulky you can't even fit it through the bedroom door. That disappointment is the exact reason I'm doing this deep dive, so you can dodge the usual letdown and actually get something that works for the way you live. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, let's talk about the environment this thing is designed for. The DLYZOYE exercise step machine is marketed as premium portable, and that's not just a buzzword. The unit comes with a push-pull roller system that lets you slide it across a carpet, hardwood, or even a thin rug without having to lift anything heavy. In my own apartment, that means I can pull it out of the closet, roll it onto the living room floor, and start a quick cardio burst before the next Zoom call, then roll it back and stash it away without bruising the floor or straining my back. For anyone who lives in a small space or shares a floor with noisy neighbors, the fact that it moves effortlessly is a genuine convenience, not a gimmick. Now, what does using it actually feel like? The stepping surface is a large, non-slip pedal with an increased friction coating. When you first put weight on it, you notice the surface grips your shoe rather than sliding around, which is a relief for people who have struggled with older step platforms that feel like ice. The pedal's size gives enough room for a natural foot placement, so you're not constantly worrying about stepping off the edge. In practice, that translates to a smoother cadence when you're doing a low-impact cardio session while watching TV, and it also makes the device feel steadier for older users who need that extra confidence. One of the biggest complaints about budget step machines is the noise level. This DLYZOYE model claims no noise, and while nothing can be completely silent, the built-in shock absorption base does a solid job of dampening the clack you'd expect from a metal spring. When I did a 20-minute step interval alternating 1 minute fast, 1 minute slow, the sound stayed at a soft thump, barely audible over background music. That's a practical win if you're in a shared apartment building or if you tend to work out early in the morning when the rest of the house is still asleep. The multifunction display is another spot that feels genuinely useful. It cycles through step count, elapsed time, and a simple calorie estimate. You don't get a full heart rate monitor or fancy resistance graphs, but the data it gives is enough to keep you motivated without overwhelming you with numbers. I found it most helpful during short, purpose-driven sessions. I'll hit 500 steps in 10 minutes, then hop back to the kitchen. The display updates in real time, so there's no guessing, and you can pause it with a single tap if you need to take a break. Let's get into who actually benefits from this machine. If you're a busy professional looking for a quick way to get the legs moving while you're on a conference call, or a senior who wants low-impact cardio without the jarring impact of a treadmill, this step platform hits the sweet spot. It's also handy for physical therapy or rehab where you need controlled, steady movement rather than high-intensity bursts. Because the resistance is limited to the height of the step and the natural body weight you apply, you won't be able to simulate hill climbs or sprint intervals, but you also won't be putting excessive strain on knees or hips. On the flip side, if your fitness goals revolve around high-intensity interval training, running simulations, or you simply enjoy a more vigorous workout that pushes your heart rate into the upper zones, you'll likely feel shortchanged. The platform's maximum height is modest, so you can't increase the climb angle beyond what's built in, and there's no way to add extra weight or resistance bands directly to the frame. For someone who's already comfortable on a stair climber at the gym, this home version will feel like a step down literally. Another practical consideration is the footprint when you're not using it. The base is compact, but the overall dimensions still require a small square of floor space. If your living area is already crowded with a couch, coffee table, and a yoga mat, you'll need to designate a dedicated spot or be comfortable rolling it in and out regularly. I've found that keeping it near the kitchen doorway works best. It's out of the way most of the day, yet easily accessible for a quick warm-up before dinner. Durability is hard to assess without long-term data, but the materials feel solid for the price point. The roller tracks are made of a low-friction polymer that doesn't chew up carpet fibers, and the pedal's grip surface has held.